Welcome in to Hit That Line Week 10 as Nicholas Carr pounds on his keyboard. We are live coming to you. We got picks. We're going to have some money lines thrown in there. We got we're going to talk about Lane Kiffin and pretty much everything that goes into this coaching carousel. Ben, were you doing was that the Bruce Almighty thing you were doing? Yeah. Welcome in to this week's show. Last week, do a quick recap. It was not pretty. Your boy finally got. Had a terrible week. Overall, still making our way back. We're 108 and 121 overall. Austin is 25 and 33. Ben is 28, 28 and 1. Nick 17 and 29, and then myself 39 and 30. So everybody's we're creeping back. And look, we were going to revert to the mean a little bit after last year because last year was just insane. The clip that we were picking games at. But hey, the best
sold memberships for last year.
Dude, yeah. we could have. The best thing about this is that we just get a new week to go back and do it again. So with that, real quick, do we want to address coaching carousel first? Should we just go ahead and get that out of the way? Should we talk about this?
We talked about it pretty lengthy last week.
I don't really know. Yeah. What else? I feel like we have to address it because everybody else is addressing it.
Engagement farming. We got to say something about it.
Yeah. Right. We have to
I'll give my 2-minute spill on it. I think that the win against Oklahoma is really going to put everybody in a bind if they're trying to hire Lane Kiffin. Assuming Ole Miss holds serve and wins all the games Ole Miss is going to be favored in, which is all of them remaining, and Ole Miss makes a playoff, and then either gets the 5 seed and wins that first game against Tulane again, or gets a bye, you can't hire him. I mean, I guess you could, but you'd be punting next season. I don't see that being a possibility. I've been wrong before, but that's where I am on it. I think that it's telling that Drinkwitz became the betting favorite for Florida.
That was quick.
Into minus odds. Somebody's been told something.
Vegas doesn't always get it right, but minus odds.
You never see that. You rarely ever see that. Also, if I'm LSU after today with their governor, I don't know what you do. Picking a fight.
Didn't he just come out flat out? Didn't he just flat out call Jimmy Sexton a criminal?
Yeah, picking a fight with Jimmy Sexton.
Strongly suggested it. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, look. In fairness, I think he strongly suggested a conflict of interest, which is not entirely incorrect.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one's ever spent more than that line.
I don't disagree with a lot of what he said. To be honest with you, being more reasonable with salaries and trying to get control back. I think most of what he said is probably true. I don't know that helps him in getting a name coach now. Maybe they're not going that direction anyway, and they're going for somebody. I say name, not a name. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to hire Marcus Freeman after you do that, or Lane Kiffin would be. I guess you could. I just think that's a stretch after picking a fight.
You can get John Sumrall.
Correct.
Yeah.
He's not going to care.
Maybe that's what they're doing, but I just have to. And maybe he was subtly asking the billionaires in Louisiana to pony up their money and say, look, as a state, we don't have it to continually buy all these coaches. And what I'm meaning as a state is on behalf of his taxpayers or LSU alum, because his taxpayers, virtually all of them are LSU fans. I do think it's interesting too. He went to Lafayette for college. He didn't.
He's from Lafayette. Yeah.
He's not when I heard him talk, man, I was like, this dude's Southwest Louisiana or South Central. He ain't.
Yeah.
He ain't Baton Rouge.
He's not from New Orleans. He's not from Baton Rouge. Yeah.
Yeah. It was one of those things where it's you don't have to say everything that you're thinking. You're probably right. And yeah, it needs, we need to stop with the $50+ million buyouts, and like that's insane anyways.
To
But
fail,
and to just get that, it's ridiculous. I mean, we say that we make that joke all the time in our group text. We're like, we should have all been college football coaches.
Exactly. We're idiots. Yeah.
All right. I said I was only going to go for a couple of minutes. I've got about a 3-minute rant about the LSU job, and then we can. And I'm probably wrong, and somebody's going to say that I'm an idiot. Whatever. LSU's in my opinion, is like a 9.5 win a year job, 9.5 to 10 win a year. We talked about this before. When Ole Miss plays, I've been an Ole Miss fan my entire life. Okay, 36 years old. There have been a handful of times, 5 or 6 times, where I felt like Ole Miss could compete and or beat Alabama. And Ole Miss did beat them 4 of those times. Okay. The other time was 2016 when it was a really close game. And then another time with Kiffin just a few years ago, the Bryce Young game where Zach Evans hits it or whatever. There have been 40% of the time I felt like Ole Miss could beat LSU. Probably 40, I'm not saying was the better team, but at least 40% of the time could beat them, and plus have years where there is the better team. I guess my point is, nationally, everybody's acting like it's a top 3 job in the country. Okay, they don't really have the machine that everybody acts like they have, at least from a player standpoint. I've never felt like when Alabama would roll into town, or even Georgia, they are like big, physical. You're like, wow, that is an absolute monster of a program. When LSU comes in, yeah, there are years where they've got great players. They've had Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry, and you name it. I mean, they've had 2 Heisman winners, 3 national championships since 2003. But they've also had some years where they've been pretty thin. Not only that, the expectations don't really of their fan base, or just generally, don't really match their output on a year-to-year basis. And what I mean by that is, okay, let's say you're at LSU and you've got to beat Ole Miss, okay, and you draw Texas A&M. Is that a permanent opponent too? I think so. You need to beat them, and if you hold serve against both of those teams now, you have to also, you can't drop a game to Alabama. You can't drop a game to Georgia. You can't drop. If you just lose 2 or 3 games, you're suddenly not in the playoff and they're mad. Okay.
Yeah.
They're not going to be favored in every game every year. So I say that to say Brian Kelly won 10 games, 9 games, 9 games, and was 5-3, and they fired him. It's like,
and the 3 losses were to top 10 teams this year.
It's just, look, maybe there's a sleeping giant there that I'm missing. And again, I get that they've had a few really good runs. Joe Burrow. They also had in 2003, and people forget the 2007 team lost the last game of the year. They were very fortunate to even make it into the national championship game that year.
Mm-hmm.
I think Arkansas was unranked when they beat them the last game of the season that year. They were the only 2-loss regular season BCS champion, I think, ever.
I think that's right. Yeah.
And they still had the remnants, the leftovers of the Saban influence at that time. That was back in 2007. It wasn't until and I know they've had some epic games. 2011 team went to the national championship, lost to Alabama, whatever. But it wasn't until Joe Burrow transferred that they got back to what they expect. They have not been there since. Mm-hmm. Look, it's a great job. I'm not saying it's not a great job. I just think that there is very, very little margin for error at that job compared to the expectations of the fans. Am I wrong? Y'all tell me if I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong. Because also, I'm looking at the year by year stuff, and I'm the biggest LSU hater there is. So you're not going to get any impartiality at all from me, right? I'm terribly biased when it comes to LSU. I've thought this forever. LSU's not that good until they're really, really good one year, and it happens. Right. It happens like every 7 years, and you can't discount it, of course. But they've won more than 10 regular. They've won 10 or more regular season games one time since 2012, and they won the national championship that year. That happens to nobody else, right?
I guess
I'm talking 10. That's only 10-2.
The way I should have said it is they are a 9.5 win program who thinks they are a 10.5 win program, and that is such a big difference.
A lot of times they're 8.5 win programs.
That's right.
Well, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt at 9.5. Yeah, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt at 9.5. But they think they're 10.5. And it's like, you're not that, and it's a great program, but if you expect 10.5, and at some point, one more thing, Brian Kelly, if I'm not mistaken, had Central Michigan basically undefeated when he was there. Central Michigan. And then he left that job for Cincinnati and took them undefeated. And then he left that job for Notre Dame and took them undefeated. And then he left that job and went to LSU, and suddenly he can't coach. I mean, I know he's not likable, but
yeah. I mean, he was at Grand Valley State for a long time. He won back-to-back titles his last 2 years. He went 14-0, then 14-1. Then Central Michigan, 4-7, 6-5, then 9-4, won a bowl game.
Oh, there you go, 9-4 Central. Sorry, I thought it was even better than that.
No, but I mean 4-7, 6-5, 9, quick turnaround. Then he gets to Cincinnati. You get, I guess he left Central Michigan to coach Cincinnati in the bowl game. That is insane.
Interesting.
He went 10-3, 11-3, and then 12-0.
Yes.
Didn't coach the Sugar Bowl. Then went to Notre Dame. Took him a while. Went 8-5, 8-5. Then the vacated. What it doesn't matter. 8-5, 10-3. Then he had the 4-8 year in 2016. Then 10-3, 12-1, 11-2. Then 10-2. Lost in the Rose Bowl. 11-1. Lost, or was that they made the Fiesta? He didn't coach. Then he goes 10-4, 10-3, 9-4, and then now 5-3 at LSU. So, like, there's something about.
I did an extra 9-win season there. Sorry, it's late. But
is this new era maybe hurting LSU?
I think so. I think there's something to that. Yeah,
because
they've always had, they've always had a monopoly, essentially, or virtual monopoly on talent in Louisiana, and per capita, Louisiana turns out a ton of talent. It's similar to Mississippi in that respect. Maybe a little more talent in Louisiana, but not a ton more.
No, they just have one school as opposed to two.
Exactly. In the NIL era, people can swoop in and buy that talent. Now,
particularly a school that's very close to them in College Station.
That's right. Yeah. And no, when Tulane is gone, again, I'm not saying Tulane is ever going to take like every guy that LSU wants, or even most guys that LSU wants. But it's not helpful to have a successful Tulane in your backyard. It's not helpful that Texas A&M is rolling. It's not helpful that Houston has a little money to throw around down the street.
They got a lot of money now.
And look, it's not helpful that Ole Miss is rolling. It's not.
No.
When we can protect our borders, and I know this year's been sort of up and down in that respect when it comes to recruiting Mississippi talent, it's more difficult for LSU. Now, there's still plenty of talent for them to be a really good program. I'm not naive about what their ceiling is, but
yeah,
I think Nick is right. It's very much it's not feast or famine. It's something in between, but it's like people only remember the feast years for LSU. They only remember Joe Burrow.
Oh,
they don't remember the 7-5 season. It's like that gets whitewashed, memory hole.
People our age or like a little bit older just completely block out the 90s LSU.
Yeah. God. Yeah. No, that's always been true.
The DiNardo years.
Yeah. Nobody remembers Saban.
LSU was a joke. Ben, just to talk about what you mentioned, this is insane. I forgot about this. Arkansas was 2007. Arkansas was 8-5, but unranked at the time, beat LSU 50-48 and 3
in Tiger Stadium.
In Tiger Stadium, that was Houston Nutt. The LSU dropped they were number 1, dropped to 7. They play in the SEC title game against Tennessee, win by 7 points, and went from 7 to 2.
Yes. I know. Look,
what are we doing? God.
Look, also, yeah. I mean, think of it like this: if you're at LSU, and let's say you have it rolling, how often do you beat Ole Miss? 2 out of 3. Let's say you beat Ole Miss 2 out of 3, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty consistent with the historical record, right? I mean, they're not quite 60% against us, are they? Isn't it something like, what is it all time?
Let me look
It's
up.
almost what ours is with MSU.
With
Like it's like
state,
it's 65 and 47.
Yeah.
Okay.
Football
You know what they are
history,
all time against Alabama?
Like
64,
10% or
43,
something.
and
It's crazy. It's crazy.
43 and 4.
Everybody talks about how that's this big rivalry and they were
It's
mad
not.
that they weren't going to play. Do you know how many times they beat Alabama since 2012?
That's a
Have
Dude,
they
it is
since
completely
once?
one-sided.
That's 13 years. You know how many
Yeah.
times they beat them since 2012? 2.
Twice. Yeah.
Alabama is 57, 27, and 5.
Yeah. Our
Lost
record
to Yale.
against LSU is much better than LSU's record against Alabama.
That's kind of the best way for me to make the point that I was making. LSU has more of an Auburn historical success rate, yet they get this treatment as if they are a diet version of Alabama, and that is not true.
Right.
They are basically
Hey.
Tennessee with funny accents.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, man, they talk funny. They play neck, and they have night games that are so fun.
Look, that's another component here. They've had really good teams, but shit, they've had far and away the most home night games. Then India, it's not even a close second. Somebody, I think it was a tweet the other day. There's not even a close second.
I gotta find it. No, it's laughable how
it's like 80%.
Yeah, it's insane.
And to suggest that that's not an advantage is just asinine. Like, of course, that's an advantage.
Yeah, and look, let's get off LSU.
Yeah, we can stop. Sorry,
but no. I mean, that's we're kind of like building to the point that we're making here, where like everybody makes this job. Like the one thing I hear, and I think it's true, but it's also I think a perfect point to make about how it's not that great of a job is when you hear so many people say, "Hey, man, when you're at LSU and you're winning, man, it's the best job in America. Like you're rolling." But then when you don't, it's like, okay, like when you don't win, which is 9-3, they want to like, carry you out on a stake and throw you into the swamp. Like,
and that's what they are historically. That's what they are. That's my point. It's like you are a 9-3 program, and when you go 9-3,
which is awesome.
That is awesome. It's a great.
Yeah.
Like we've lost the plot.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't want to go 9-3? They're like, no. We need Joe Burrow. We need whatever. It's like, dude.
I mean, all time 65% win percentage for the program.
It's a great program. I'm not. Both things can be true. It can be a great program and also not.
No, people were talking about a top 3 program on like national podcasts this week. Based on what metric? Like, name a single metric in which they're a top 3 program.
Like,
it doesn't matter anymore about we wear white jerseys at home. We're unique. We have a live mascot. Like nobody gives a shit about that anymore. It's NIL. It's money. Like somebody asked me on the board today about like the high profile prospects in the state of Mississippi this year. Why aren't they committing to Ole Miss? Because Ole Miss is not going to pay a high school kid $300,000.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lane Kiffin's just not going to do it. And like also,
it would take an exceptional high school kid for him to do it.
Yeah, I mean it's not going to be like you got all these players like Tristan Keys is committed to Tennessee, and you got all the Braylon Womack and Chase Matthews committed to Auburn. Like they're committed there because they got paid.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give a shit about rolling Toomer's corner or running through the tee. That doesn't matter. Like
interesting question in the chat. Do you think Saban was trying to say something to Kiffin through the media today with that comment?
I wouldn't put it past him.
I would wonder if they actually have talked.
Yeah,
I think they do. I think Saban likes to act like, it's kind of like the parent with like the one kid that's kind of a fuck up, or the one kid that's just kind of rambunctious. Where I think Saban likes Lane Kiffin a lot more than he leads on. I don't know if they talk every week, but I'm sure they've talked.
And we can end it here. Is Kiffin going to suddenly go from the guy who only really gets proven sophomore and junior and some senior portal guys. Like, let's assume Lane Kiffin takes the job. Let's say he goes to LSU. Okay. Is he going to turn into a high school developer, or is he going to continue to portal guys from all over? Does that even fit there?
No, that's the other thing I keep telling people, where they want to talk about Florida and like fertile recruiting ground and Louisiana. Like, he doesn't give a shit about that. Like, he's not going to change how he does, because it works. Like, can you win at Ole Miss? He's fucking winning at Ole Miss.
And what already winning. What happens when a booster from Homa knows about the kid who's there, who has always been able to get that player into school, and the staff's like, no, we're not taking him. Okay, well, I'm not giving money anymore. That happens at these places, by the way. Like,
hey, especially that place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, dude, like, hey Lane, we want you to come watch these 3 kids at Edna Carr. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
No, like, he's like, I got a fucking analyst I pay $60,000 a year. He'll come watch, but I'm not coming.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get the 22-year-old guy who needs to get in the NFL and get him 8 touchdowns this year.
Yeah.
That's just how it works now. I mean, I'm not saying there aren't freshmen that you go sign. Like, sure, Leonard Fournette, you go get him. But
yeah. I methink those are no-brainers.
Look, I'm clearly making the case for Lane to not go. I don't think that, maybe I view the job differently than other people. I think it's really fun, and they've got money, clearly, I guess, and a big stadium and cool atmosphere and environment and all that. But they still go 9-3. Like, you can't avoid that. And even if you go there and have it rolling, you still have to play Alabama. You still have to go to Ole Miss. Even with another, that's still, as much as they may not, or whoever may not want to say it, that game plays like a rivalry game.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I saw 2010 Ole Miss, who sucked, who should have beat LSU in Tiger Stadium.
Yeah, Jeremiah Masoli doing it all by him damn self. That was another thing I was going to say. There have been a lot of really good LSU teams that have played some mediocre Ole Miss teams and have lost.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
2013.
2013. I mean, Les Miles doesn't know how a clock works.
An injured Ole Miss team.
That was 2009. Right? That was 2000.
Yeah, 13 is the year we were really banged up and still beat them at home.
Andrew Ritter hits the field goal. Yeah, I mean, all due respect to everybody on those Ole Miss teams, no business beating those LSU teams.
No.
So, no, I mean, and Brandon in the chat makes a good point here. He said it's definitely saying something for Saban to recognize the setup that Ole Miss has right now. I think that is pretty poignant because Saban has been very critical of NIL and the portal. And for him to basically say, like, hey, like, Lane's figured it out. And, maybe that's some way of Saban kind of taking credit for it because Saban coached under him. I don't know. But
combine all this with what happened with the governor today and the clear message that they're sending about what they're going to not pay, which may not be true. Who knows? Maybe somebody overcomes that. Man,
there's going to be a lot of backpedaling that's going to have to happen after what happened today.
I mean, maybe they offer him, $15 million a year over. That would be quite the risk. I mean, so they're almost married to him if they do that after this buyout.
I think Kiffin has said it multiple times that money's not going to be a deciding factor. And sure, you can say that and then it becomes a factor. But I don't know. I think Kiffin's kind of at that point where maybe he does kind of think, like, how much more money do I need? Like, I got a good thing going here. Because you've got the chancellor in your back pocket. You got the AD in your back pocket. You got the collective GM.
We talked about that, last week. With respect to the Florida job. But yeah, you talk about alignment.
Yeah.
LSU could not be more like unaligned at this point. If that's a word. Like the lack of cohesion there is staggering. And then you insert Louisiana politics into the mix. Like, for a guy like Kiffin who wants to own the program, be the face of the program, do everything his way.
You're not going to do that there.
To have to answer to some politician in Louisiana. That I just again things could change. Maybe they do walk it back. Maybe Landry says, "Look, I screwed up. I didn't mean that. You're going to be given full autonomy, whatever." But today was a terrible look for their coaching search.
That, and we'll move on, but I've said that too. What you said about being the face, like if you go to Florida, you're going to be the next Spurrier, or hey, he's got him back like Urban had it, or like you go to LSU, oh man, they're winning like Saban was winning, or man, it's almost like back when Les Miles had, like, if you're at Ole Miss, it's Kiffin.
Yeah, he's not in anybody's shadow at Ole Miss.
No. I know they got a statue of Johnny Vaught, but like you're going to get your own statue.
Yeah, the 60s are different. This is a whole new thing, and he's built it himself in this era.
Yeah. So
I would like to see Ole Miss make some facilities commitment, like if he decides to stay after the playoff, or after the barring hopefully hoping Ole Miss makes the playoff, to be like, okay, man, like we're gonna redo the home side of the stadium or whatever. We're gonna make this better, in addition to keeping the money for NIL and all that kind of stuff. We'll see.
Well, I mean, a lot of that was him. The first couple of years, he was like, I don't want stadium renovations. I want that money.
Yeah, I want players. I'd rather have players, yeah.
So now you make a playoff run, you can kind of have a little bit of both. So, again, we have to continue to reiterate, the people are going to talk just because there's nothing else to talk about. I mean, there's plenty of other stuff to talk about, but people just want to talk about Kiffin.
It drives eyeballs and clicks and gets listeners and viewers and the readers and everything.
Which is funny, because everybody always likes to make the jokes about Kiffin doesn't actually beat anybody. He doesn't win any big road games, but now all of a sudden, he can't miss coaching search guy. Like, you got to get him. Anyway, Nick, you got the units updated, or you want to throw that out there?
Yeah, I mean, we're just kind of idling here on the units. We were up 940 2 weeks ago. Now we're up 920. So you just move your money around if you've bet on us the last 2 weeks. We had a really good one a couple weeks ago. Ben had Stanford plus 700, and we went 0-7 otherwise outside of that. So we won exactly $0.
Yeah.
And last week I had Memphis plus 180, and then we lost our other two. So we, again, kept it idle.
Yeah, not bad.
Dude, I'm losing games where like BYU's win expectancy last week was 37%, and I lose that game. Dude, I lose my Iowa State bet. Like, it's just, I'm radioactive at this point.
I went low last week. I just had the 3 games right, and I will bet on LSU every week, and they can lose, and that was great. Like, I'll gladly give that one in the pot. And then I had Delaware was going in to score. Really, they were just kind of running the clock out, right? It wasn't much time left. It was like third down. They were at the plus 37 or something like that. They fumble. They're up 11 or 12 points. It's a 2-possession game. The game's over with. They fumble. Whoever it was, Middle Tennessee runs it back to like the 30, and then they score a few plays later with like 23 seconds to go in the game to get a backdoor cover. I mean, that just at this point, that's all I can do, right? I had 3 games, and I had one bad beat in the 3. Like,
yeah,
it was. I don't know if anybody had action on UTEP and Kennesaw State last night, and if you did, you should probably get help. But since point shaving has been in the news lately, I don't know if y'all watched that game last night. Go scroll Twitter if you didn't.
Kennesaw was up big, weren't they?
The referees were very invested in Kennesaw State winning and covering that game. There was some egregious stuff. I mean, I'm talking 2 consecutive third down conversions off of personal fouls. One was a roughing the passer. That was just the most ridiculous roughing the passer call you will ever see. One was a celebration penalty, and then they had a PI. This is all like the last drive to cover, or second to last drive.
Oh, the PI, they were up 6 at one point. The PI was like they were both I mean, 99 times out of 100, that's just an incompletion.
Yeah.
And the guy got up, celebrating, and that was a tough one.
Very, very questionable calls down the stretch. Conference USA officiating.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? Week 10. This is the best time of year. Austin was just saying you might need to get help if you're gambling on these Tuesday, Wednesday games, but I still, it's fun to watch anyway. I mean, it's football. I don't care. I got Jacksonville State and Middle and FIU and Missouri State on right now with the World Series. At this point, it's just background noise that I love to have on during this time of year. But awesome. I highly doubt anyone's got any action on Thursday or Friday. I don't know, no. Nick. Eastern Michigan's not playing, so I guess not.
I'm done with the emu. So at this point, I rode that one into the ground.
Let's see.
Nobody's got anything for UNC Syracuse.
Can you give me a 3 on UNC?
No.
Let's see.
No.
Just 2 or 2.5.
I think you're asking for trouble. Like North Carolina's playing better, and they're still losing every game, right?
I would not.
But Syracuse is bad. The difference is Syracuse is the worst team that they're going to have played in this stretch. Like they've been playing games against Cal, who is semi-competent. They've been playing teams that actually have a pulse. Syracuse is going to be the worst of the bunch. You don't win this one. Which one are you going to win?
Did anybody know Syracuse's last win is an FBS football team this season?
Was it Clemson?
Their last win was over Clemson at Clemson by 2 touchdowns.
I got that money line, homie.
That is a crazy. They beat Clemson worse than they beat UConn.
So their starter got hurt, right? Syracuse's starting quarterback. So
yeah.
And the guy that's playing now is the quarterback now is an LSU transfer.
Yeah.
And the defense is abysmal.
I just think if North Carolina is going to get one, this is the one.
You think they're circling the wagons?
Speaking of Clemson, speaking of Clemson, 11 a.m. Saturday, Duke travels to Little Death Valley. Duke's getting 2.5. Does anybody feel like they want to touch this one?
Is Klubnik going to play? Do we know?
I don't. I mean, I feel like he's either questionable or probable at this point. What does it matter though? I mean, I kind of feel like Duke is just good enough to make it a game.
This is one of those games where we talk about it with Vanderbilt, like they're under talented. We thought that against LSU a couple weeks ago. Yeah. This is the game though. The Duke is less talented
for sure.
17, 18 spots compared to Clemson, and they go in there and just get blitzed, right?
That's kind of what I think should happen, but I feel like we've kind of thought that with Clemson all year, and they just don't do it.
Like me and Duke plus 2.5.
There we go. Now we're talking.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
What are y'all seeing in Clemson? They suck.
Also,
they suck, but they got better bodies than Duke's got. I'm with Nick. I think Clemson's got the far superior roster, so I'm going to stay away at this point.
All right. Well,
of the 9 starting linemen, O-line, D-line, they're all coming from Clemson, right?
All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, their home slate, they have already lost 3 of 4 home games this year to SMU by 11, Syracuse by 13. And LSU by 7. That was before they realized they sucked, both teams.
Right.
And if you remember, they were in a fourth quarter game with Troy State.
Dogfight.
Yeah.
Hey, what about this?
I mean,
I was going to say, are we on quit watch with Clemson? I mean, playoff is gone. ACC championship's gone.
No, I think we've been there. Yeah.
What if somebody comes knocking on Dabo's door for a job?
I do think it's interesting that his name is like never mentioned in connection with these jobs.
Like, could Florida or LSU get him?
I think he'd probably hit the reset somewhere.
I was gonna say, do you think he wants to kind of?
I just think he's
clean slated.
A bit taboo because he's not willing to accept the NIL era. And
I don't think he's fixing to get.
Mm-hmm.
That's a risky move for a school.
I mean, that would have to be something you bring up in the interview, right? Like, hey, you remember that shit that you said about players getting paid and you would quit? Like, how do you feel about that now?
I could see Dabo fitting it in like Arkansas.
Yeah, much better than much better than LSU for sure.
Yeah,
Dude,
I feel like
LSU might eat Dabo alive.
I was just about to say that. Like that.
I'll tell y'all who LSU's going to
They don't give a shit about what you're saying on that pulpit down there.
LSU's going to offer Urban Meyer the job.
God damn it.
Heard it here first.
That would be just the most flame out. Like, I couldn't wait to see how.
Please don't hire him. Don't do it.
Yeah.
No.
Or what if they do some kind of NFL retread like North Carolina did?
John Gruden.
Jeff Fisher.
Please hire Jeff Fisher. Oh my God, anybody.
Dude, Gruden's name keeps. I know this. That was a thing like 10 years ago, but now it's back. Apparently, we're going to do this all over again. We're gonna mention Gruden in connection with every job.
Okay,
It just hired Tony Dungy.
Right. Just bought a house in Oxford. That's what I heard.
Oh
no.
Talk about getting on a pulpit. Nobody giving a shit. Nobody's gonna care. You have to think, dude.
Is Forrest State going to fire Mike Norvell? Who knows?
The thing about John Gruden is if you watch his videos, he is certifiably insane.
Yeah.
He is.
He is a psychopath.
That Jackson Dart, man, that guy's man. You see his hands, man.
Dude, when they do the like supercuts of him talking, and then like at the very end of the video, it's just him just going like into the camera, like it scares the shit out of me. He's just nuts. Yeah,
Kelvin Shepard. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I'm not touching this. Ohio State, Penn State, 11 a.m. God. You can get 20.5 on this one, boys and girls.
Who is laying the point? Ohio State's laying 20.5. That's the best line. Can I get even 20?
No.
Yeah, go ahead and log me in on that.
Really?
You won't. You want Ohio State?
Yep.
I want to do it.
Points, man. That's my only concern.
Who does Ohio State play next week?
It doesn't matter.
Somebody terrible.
It doesn't matter.
Wisconsin
Purdue
again. I don't know.
Purdue.
Yeah, somebody terrible.
Northwestern. Yeah.
They go to Purdue, UCLA, Rutgers, and at Michigan.
Murderers Row. Fucking
hell. They don't play Indiana. They don't play Oregon. They play a bad Penn. I mean, the best team they play all season is
Texas.
Well, Texas, but okay. The best conference game is Michigan, I guess. Right? It's at Michigan.
Everybody talks about how easy Ole Miss's schedule is, and Ohio State just skirts on by having played nobody.
Yeah. They could lose to Michigan by 70. It does not matter. They will go to the Big Ten title game the following week. They're going to go to the college football playoff. They'll have clinched it essentially after they beat UCLA. Obviously, the Rutgers game is not going to be any cause for concern, but I don't know. The defense is really good, though. Defense is very good. They've given up like 44 points all season.
I will say, how many points are being scored in this game? I mean, Penn State isn't scoring.
Yeah, I think Ohio State's going to win 28-0.
Let me see.
All they're going to do is win 21-0.
Okay, that's what I'm doing. I don't know,
30,
man.
It's only 3-3.
44.5.
What's the Penn State first half under?
Or just the Penn State team total? I don't have it.
First half
implied is what, 10.5?
First half under. So you're the first half total is 23.5.
Can we get a team total?
10.5. That's going to be the implied total.
That's going to be implied. Pretty close, yeah.
Yeah,
they're not scoring 10. They're not scoring 11 points. They might score 10.
I just don't like.
They'd have to bust a long one. There have to be some kind of busted. Yeah.
Because Penn State's not going to give a fuck about this game, and like
that's what I'm saying, man.
I don't want Ohio State to just sleepwalk and only beat them by, 20 because Penn State gets a late, bomb garbage touchdown or something. Like
That's not going to happen.
I don't think that's happening. Yeah. It'd take like a kick.
Ohio State's they've given up 7, 0, 9, 6, 3, 16, and 0.
So Oklahoma had the same type of stuff.
I was going to say Oklahoma's defense was right there with Ohio State's with statistics. Wow. In statistical categories. And everybody was like,
we're better than Penn State.
Oh, no, agree. I'm just saying, like, Ohio State's got a great defense, but, like, do they perform the same against, like, Tennessee or Ole Miss or –
Well, no.
Oregon.
I think that's the thing is that they're playing Penn State, which Penn State sucks. So, fuck, I'm doing it too. I'm laying them. Talk myself into it.
You into it.
Austin, do you see the team total for Penn State? Is that not out yet?
I don't have one. There's probably one on DraftKings or somewhere else. I don't
have it. Vegas Insider doesn't do it.
So
it may be
it opened at 50.5. Good Lord.
Yeah.
They could play 6 quarters unless Ohio State wants to score 50. There will not be 50 points games.
That may have been a summer opener too before Aller
had to be
got hurt and Franklin got fired, whatever.
All right, let's move on to also at 11 a.m. I'm going to go ahead and get some action on this one. Number 9, Vanderbilt at number 20, Texas. You can get 2.5 on the Longhorns, and I am going to lay them because I think Vanderbilt is very good at First Bank Stadium. Not that it's a home field advantage, but I just think at home, Vandy has played really well. On the road, not the same. I
think Texas may be better with another quarterback.
I was going to say, I don't think there's much of a drop off here.
Yeah, and I mean, look, Arch played well in Starkville. Like, he led them all the way back and then a little bit of a cheap shot and banged his head on the turf. But, yeah, the Matthew Caldwell kid comes in and throws a dime to win it. Yeah. I just think the offense is going to be a lot better because the guy that caught the game winner, Emmett Mosley, the Stanford transfer, he gives them another element. He's very versatile. The Texas defense is still nails, and it's at home. I mean, this is a must-win. This is like Sark has got to do something or they are going to be pissed.
I'm so tired of Texas, though, right? This is not a good football team. Zach, my question for you is I think Texas defense is really good too, right? That scared me last week. 38 points to State.
I hear you. I think it's just a different look they're facing this week. State can be dynamic offensively, and they could spread you out horizontally. Then he takes a shot over the top. Like, I'm not telling you State's like the best offense in the SEC. I just think they're a different offense than Vandy.
You're telling me I should trust Blake Shapen more than Diego Pavia?
On the road, yeah, I think so. I think Pavi's got one gear, man. It's like if Pavia can't run the ball against you and then hit you over the top after setting up play action, that's kind of it. They got one trick with Vandy. Well, I don't think that they're going to be able to run on Texas.
No, and we talked about it on the show where we said Lebby was going to get somebody. He's going to scheme I guarantee you State was preparing for that game for multiple weeks. And, I mean, they hit some big plays. And Lebby dialed up some good ones. And I'm with Austin. Like, I think the one trick pony that Vandy has with essentially running the triple option, I think Texas is going to shut it down. And it's on the road. I think it's going to be loud at DKR. I think the Texas fans are very anxious and want to get a win.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. Vandy was fortunate that
they were on the ropes last week. Yeah, exactly. They were on the ropes last week. They barely escaped after Purbulla broke his leg. That changed the entire game. And
they were inches away from that being overtime or potential losing it on a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, right. All right, my only question is looking at Texas's schedule, just in SEC play, they've played, I think, 2 competent offenses, State and Florida. Mm-hmm. They gave up 29 and 38 in those games. The other 2 were a materialist, essentially, Oklahoma team. The guy had, it was still, bleeding at that point. He's coming back from surgery. They scored 6 points. And then they got 13 to Kentucky. And Kentucky marched on the field late in the game against them when they needed a touchdown, when I thought that Texas was going to win the game, when they kicked the field goal late. They marched down the field and scored, and obviously, went to overtime and didn't do anything there. But y'all were talking a little bit about, the Ohio State defense and they didn't play anybody and stuff like that. The Texas defense, the 2 times they did play somebody in SEC play, they've struggled pretty strongly. I mean, they really, really struggled last week against State. Every single time I watched the game, in the first 3 quarters at least, State scored. It was kind of easy. They were just marching down the field. That concerns me a little bit. It's in Texas, which I like, and I still think I might take Texas as a lock, just because I think they're more talented. But I'm worried about it from a Texas.
I think everything you said is true. I would just say that's baked into the number here. We're talking less than a field goal at Texas.
Right. Texas. Yeah, Vanderbilt, right.
Right. Like, what would the number have been if Mizzou wins last week, like Zach said, in overtime, or wins a 20-17, whatever? Like, is it, or if Arch is not hurt, like, is it at 6.5 Texas?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and look, I know it's stupid, but technically Texas is still alive for playoff spot.
Oh no, they are. I mean, if they beat Georgia in 2 weeks, they're going to, right, on the road. If they did, they're in the playoff.
Yeah.
Thing for me, defense. Pete Kwiatkowski's unit is very, very good. They are very good at limiting explosives and the success rate allowed with offenses, but top 10 in pass rush, tackle grading, and passing downs EPA allowed. So a lot of Pavia's magic is escaping, creating, getting defenses scrambling. Like, I think Texas is going to get to him, get him down, and I think that's just going to be the difference. And again, Texas is technically still alive, so they're going to play. And I think the magic runs out with Vandy finally, because they've been kind of playing with fire a little bit, and I don't know. I feel like this is a good spot for Texas.
As an Ole Miss fan, we needed this matchup to happen either way, right? You get Vandy its second loss. They still have to play Tennessee. You could potentially get Texas its third loss. It starts eliminating playoff teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Not a lot of ranked on ranked this week, as we just talked about one. Let's go ahead and go down 6:30 ABC. We'll talk about there's only 2 remaining. Number 18, Oklahoma, at number 14, Tennessee. I'm not even going to find the number before I say I'm locking this in. Vols.
Yeah.
Yes. 2.5. You can get 2.5. Yeah. Laying.
Yeah. Give 2.5.
Yep.
Lay them. Yeah, I'll join you on that lock.
I was wrong. I was wrong about Joey Aguilar. Kid's pretty good.
Oh, same. Yeah. He's fine.
Josh Heupel's working some magic there. Chris Brazzell is legit.
They're also pretty good or pretty athletic up front on defense, and that's trouble for Oklahoma. They're bad on the offensive line.
Yeah. Mateer has not been the same since the surgery. His completion percentage is down like almost 10 points, I think. I think Oklahoma is going to lose to Ole Miss twice in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's going to get them. And I think Tennessee's doing the dark mode thing, so that Neyland will be off the wall.
Yeah.
And I think Tennessee's is better.
Tennessee's better, and Heupel will want this one as badly as any game they play this year.
Correct. I think the last time Oklahoma played at Neyland, that was when Baker Mayfield did his thing.
That's right.
Do you think Heupel would leave Tennessee for Oklahoma?
Ooh.
I think they would have to mend some fences, because apparently there was bad blood there.
Right now I'd say no. Because he's kind of got a Kiffin thing at Tennessee where they give him everything he wants.
Yeah.
I don't think he would.
Tennessee's permanents moving forward are pretty manageable. Now, I'm not saying you make a decision on that basis alone. I'm just saying, of all the teams in the SEC, Tennessee and Florida came out pretty pretty well.
Just went final. Blue Jays 6, Dodgers 1. Oh boy.
Chad Kelly threw out the first pitch today.
What?
Did
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Chad Kelly?
Yes. Toronto Argonauts. Go get on Twitter and look.
Oh, I was thinking the game was in LA. That's awesome.
I thought
it was in LA.
What?
The
Chad
game
may
was
have
in LA.
Chad may have just snuck on the
maybe
field
I
and
saw
threw a
something wrong
pitch.
then.
Are you sure?
Oh,
He didn't
did he throw out a first pitch at the watch party at Rogers Center?
Must have.
That would actually make sense.
Yeah.
They had a watch
party.
party.
Yeah, I thought he could have just been trespassing at LA.
Chad Kelly
Yeah,
just went to a park in Brentwood and threw out a first pitch. Nobody was there.
Oh, well, good for the Jays, right? They're going to get the Game 6 back at home. And
Dude, that place
Dodgers
is going to be
baseball.
electric.
Now they need to let Chad throw out the first pitch for that. The real game. It's good luck, man.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Tennessee might walk the dog here. I feel like it might get ugly.
Yeah, I do too. I don't know what I'm missing. This feels really short.
All right.
Yeah, but did you guys see
misleading Instagram? The date was 2023.
Damn. Got.
And he put it
at
on
one
his
point
story.
he did throw a pitch in Toronto.
He put it on his story today.
Yeah.
It's like the person putting the story about them going to Montego Bay for vacation,
senior moment.
praying for Jamaica.
Sandals. We're going to Sandals.
Oh, Facebook's inundated. It's flooded.
Yeah. This line stinks, y'all. It stinks.
I don't know. Is this Vegas just trying to trick us? Like,
have y'all considered that number 5 for Oklahoma made a really good tackle though last week against Ole Miss?
It's amazing.
That dude straight up looked like a TI 800 got activated. Like that was some robot shit. At the snap, just immediately.
Yeah.
I will say this. I don't know what Tennessee's offensive line is like, but Oklahoma has some dogs up front. I'm talking about.
They're good.
Kiffin might need to reach back out to David Stone.
And is Aguilar mobile enough to neutralize that?
Yeah, he can move around. Got some like Gunnar Stockton mobility. He's good enough.
Because I felt like Ole Miss could have won that game by like 2 or 3 scores.
We definitely left points.
Well, a lot of that was Trinidad.
Well, you don't do the bullshit in the red zone, and it's a blowout.
Yep.
And then, I mean, hell, dude, you just a little bit more air under that ball, and Luke Haas. I don't know if he scores because he's still got a bum wheel, but it's a big gainer.
I hope he's got a bum wheel because if he doesn't,
if their tackle gets called for tripping on their long touchdown, Satania.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of things, like we got caught in the wash. There's like a wide on the long run touchdown, on the long pass touchdown. Umami Allen gets tackled or tripped, I'm sorry. And then, we missed Haas there. Austin Simmons misses the guy in the back of the end zone on the pop pass.
Yep.
Like we kicked a lot of field goals inside the 10-yard line, but also missed open players and also had like penalty type plays not go for us and still won the game by 8. And really, it wasn't that close for most of the game, other than that 5-minute window where they took the lead.
Yeah. I mean, I thought
went for it on our own 15 and didn't get it. I mean, think about all the kind of stuff.
Like 3 points there.
We had 2 drives fail because of bad snaps.
So say, what is even a failed play? It was just a failed snap that bust the play. I mean,
earlier in the game we had a bad snap that we had to punt after or kick a field goal.
Yeah. To me, it comes down to one thing. I think Tennessee can score. I don't think Oklahoma can, especially on the road. So
I don't. Yeah. Did y'all? I don't think Oklahoma has any playmakers.
No,
like they've got the guy from Arkansas.
The Satania kid is good.
Yeah, other than Satania, but even Satania would be like our 4th best receiver.
Yeah,
I mean, he's fast.
I don't think he's a frontline SEC guy. Like he's a good complimentary piece, but he's not your guy. Yeah,
dude's got, as Dion would say, he can run.
Yeah,
He's
he's got wheels,
fast.
but
Yeah, what I was gonna say was I know it was raining, but what was the playing surface not just dog shit? Like what
it was
that?
terrible.
Oh,
It
it's
also
terrible.
looked like they let the grass grow like Notre
They
Dame.
did.
Exactly. I was gonna say like the Bush push game, like they let the grass get tall. I mean, Nick, you were there. Was it rain? It wasn't raining the entire game.
No, well, okay, it rained a lot on Friday, so like I'll give them the credit for that, I guess. On Friday, it was a lot of rain, but it was a drizzle. It wasn't even a rain, and I mean, I guess it did rain the whole much of the game, but I don't know, man. I don't know if it was our cleats or something, but it was the playing surface was really chewed up. I've seen rain games before, and that was one of the worst surfaces I've seen.
It's not just Ole Miss fans being critical. I listened to some of their podcasts following the game. Some of their podcast guys were asking why they didn't tarp the field and talking about how terrible it was. It was in bad shape. There were puddles on the field.
I mean, I've seen rain games before. Like we had that game a few years ago. We played, was it Tulane on like a 4-hour delay because we had like biblical rain.
It was during COVID. I remember that.
Yeah, and we like the entire Grove is flooded as I've ever seen it before. And I don't remember our field looking like that. I mean, we've played like the Georgia game last year.
That's
was a rain
we keep
game.
the grass short. It's the long grass that won't let it drain and evaporate out of there.
I thought that too.
Dude.
Like at the game now that used to, and I kind of like forgotten that, but I thought at the game I was like, man, the grass looks long here. I was like, maybe it's just because of the rain and we weren't able to cut it this morning or something, but it did look long.
No, dude, the Vaught Hemingway, the playing surface on game day. I mean, that it's like first cut off the green. Like it's nice.
Good, man. It's very good. Even in the rain, like the Georgia game last year, I don't recall it ever being a problem.
No, it held up really well.
No, yeah, I know we've been kind of tough on Princewell slipping and falling, but I mean, it was like every time he got back there, it was like he couldn't stay up.
Mm-hmm.
But
he did have a really good game, man. Breakout game for him. And Eccles played a hell of a game. That was a coming out party for Eccles, I think, for a lot of the SEC. Dude, we've known he was a badass, but that
dude, he ate the center and the guards alive.
In hindsight, that's why we didn't match up well with Georgia because they're pretty elite at from guard to guard.
Yeah, guard center guard.
That is a neutralizer for our strength on defense.
Yeah. If your center or your guard's getting pushed back in your lap, you can't do anything.
Because we generate pressure from up the middle. We do with Eccles and Harris.
The safety was, I mean, it was a
running that play down wide zone. Yeah.
Well, like Eccles just destroys the center and the guard, and then Princewell immediately gets flat and runs him down. I mean, it was I don't know what Oklahoma was doing. Like that play took forever.
One of the plays of the season, to be honest with you.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. All right, final ranked on ranked, and then we'll get into our other picks. Number 17, Cincinnati at number 24, Utah. I can't do it, man. I've been riding for my guy Brendan Sorsby. Hit me up in the portal, dog. But Dan Pierce back for Utah, and this is
he must be because the number just went to 10 today.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So he's definitely back.
Has to be.
I feel like is when Rice Eccles helps you out with about 4 to 5 points. I don't know if I want to lay the points because I think Cincinnati's good.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, dude, we've won a lot of games betting on the Utes at home over the years. I think this might be one of those where I might. What's the total here?
55.5 is what I see.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. What do y'all think? I'm thinking of a play on this game. I mean, Cincinnati atop the Big 12, beat Iowa State, Kansas, and Baylor. Coming off
how many people do you think would know that they are atop the Big 12 standings?
Especially because they probably watched the first game of the year against Nebraska and were like, "This Cincinnati sucks." This is my question about this game. I think that Cincinnati is significantly better than getting 10 points against Utah. Therefore, Utah may be about to beat their brains in because of
By
that,
the
right?
way, you can't say that without touching on Utah's performance against Colorado last week. Did y'all watch any of that game?
I saw
Didn't Colorado break 100 in the fourth quarter, like the 100 yards?
Probably. I think
they were at
Utah was up
93
by
after 3
at halftime. Yeah, they were up 43-0 at halftime.
Some guy from Utah had 165 yards rushing in the first half.
I mean,
so this line jumped 2.5 points today.
Yeah.
So Cincinnati's offensive success rate is the best in the conference. Utah is right behind them.
Yeah.
I
mean, look, but for a weird interception against Nebraska on a neutral field in week 1,
undefeated.
Cincinnati be undefeated. Yeah.
10 points is a lot, especially in today's game. There's not as many possessions either, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you think Cincinnati's going to score 21, now you're thinking Utah's going to have to break mid-30s to cover the 10.
Right.
Utah had over 400 yards rushing last week.
Colorado's pretty bad at this point, though. The quarterback's over here, like audibly telling his coach he's an idiot on when they're calling plays and stuff pre-snap. They're running the center guard, 3-man line stuff. It's kind of getting ugly out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Colorado.
On that
Colorado,
who could have seen this coming?
They averaged 2.1 yards per play last week.
Not to derail this, but did Ole Miss run a play last week where we had a tackle on the right sideline and a tackle on the left sideline?
We did.
At that moment, I was convinced that Kiffin was tanking the season and trying to go to somewhere else.
Yeah, he just forces Simmons in there down the goal line, and then he does the three lineman thing, and I was like, oh no, this is it.
I know
this is just gonna leave at halftime.
He's just
Paul Crew, man, shaving points.
He's just putting stuff on tape, man. Got to honor it.
If y'all,
I don't know, Zach. I don't know. Are you touching it? I lean Cincinnati, man. It's a lot of points. I'm just not gonna. I can't fade Utah at home at night.
No, that was what I was gonna say. Was I want to take the points, but like Nick said, like this kind of feels like Utah might just blow the doors off.
I had to step away for a minute. You don't go against Utah at home, man. No.
Yeah, but
that's a true SEC home environment there. Like that, and
so the line jumped up to 10 now.
Is Utah Big 12? What are they? Big 12?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
Utah should be in the Big 10. And they should move like Iowa to the Big 12.
Iowa State should be back in the Big 12. Should be Big 12.
Or that too. There you go.
Yeah.
Utah's just too good of a program, in my opinion. Like, I know they haven't been as good this year, but man, they win, dude. They're good.
Actually,
Are they that much worse than Washington? I know they play for the national chair or whatever. Semis, but
you can get it at 9.5. I
still feel like it's a little high. I mean, I'm not interested in getting involved. I think Cincinnati is better than they're getting credit for. I think Sorsby's probably a better quarterback than Dampier. Dampier's a better athlete, dual threat, all that.
Yeah.
But Sorsby's a good quarterback, man. They got some weapons on offense. I don't know if they can slow Dampier down enough to stay within the number, but
yeah.
Feels right.
I'll come back to it. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into our other games. Where are other picks, I should say? Where is it? I'm going to go to the Louisville Cardinals. Where are they?
I've got one in the ACC here in a second too. This line stinks. I don't get it.
Oh, there they are at Virginia Tech. 2 p.m. on the CW. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and lay the 9.5 with Louisville.
Wait, there's a 9.5 out there?
Yeah. Bet
Minus
ESPN.
120.
Nickel fact checked him.
It's a minus 120. Come on. Come
What,
on.
what,
Come on.
what do you mean, come on? It's out there.
Yeah, sure.
You're not getting normal juice.
Yeah, so as
Okay,
a minus
10,
2.
10.5. Fine. I don't think it should matter because.
So wait, did you find that 10 or are you at 10.5?
There's no
It's
10.
10.5.
The ESPN bet is like behind. Something's wrong there.
Vegas Insider needs to get their shit together. Yeah,
So
I'm gonna lay on.
There's no dead cat bounce with Virginia Tech, even though they did beat Cal last week.
Yeah.
What's happened to Cal?
Yeah, Cal's just really, 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 really bad outside their quarterback, I think.
I was gonna say they go as the quarterback goes, and the truth is that's probably not even accurate because like you watch some of their highlights, he's throwing dimes all over the place and they literally are just not catching the ball. Like they're dropping beautiful throws, touchdowns. They're just like he has no help. No weapons.
I heard something on the radio. This kind of goes in line with that, but it's still Ole Miss related. Trinidad has hired an attorney to try to get another year of eligibility. Is that true?
That wouldn't surprise me.
I hope so.
Well, if he doesn't, the Cal quarterback needs to be our quarterback.
That he's fixing to get like.
He's going to go to LSU.
No,
depending on
that.
If Dante Moore goes pro, he's just going to go back to Oregon.
I was going to say, what he's going to do is
USC.
I think he's going to go somewhere like Washington, like somewhere kind of random who's just going to go all in on just a QB.
Mm.
They still got Damon Williams up there, dog.
Unless
he gets in the portal.
But USC is losing their quarterback this year, right? And he's a senior.
Yeah.
Mayava.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to USC.
I think this guy stayed West Coast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to Hawaii and revive their program.
Yeah.
Go play for the architect of it, baby. Go play for Timmy Chang.
Just as an aside, while we're on the podcast, Missouri State hit my over 4.5. I am, again, this is season totals. We don't have to get into it right now, but I'm staring at 4-1 on the season. Ole Miss is going to hit the over 8.5. I sure hope so. Arkansas is not winning out to get over 5.5, and Missouri is going to hit over 7.5. So as an aside,
I don't know. You may be sweating Mizzou.
Okay, perhaps I'm sweating Mizzou, but I think I'm feeling pretty good on Arkansas and Ole Miss at this point.
With the quarterback injury.
I'm also going to
maybe.
Okay, so we got what's this?
I got one here if you're
okay. Minus I'm laying the points with Minnesota. At home against Michigan State. It's just 3.
Yeah, I want that too, actually.
Michigan State's in a bad spot right now.
Yeah.
Dude, they are trash.
And I know Minnesota got dump trucked last week, but they played better at home, and Michigan State is just floundering. Did they fire him? They fired Jonathan Smith?
No, but I think the seats won't. I mean, right? We're running out of coaches to fire mid-season. Yeah. So, I mean, if somebody's next up.
Yeah.
This is what, though, year 3 there for him? And
I think it's just year 2, isn't it?
Is it?
He brought Childs with him, and Childs is a junior, and he started at
Nick with his elite typing skills.
And
I don't understand why it's so loud. I'm on my AirPod. Smith's been there since 24. Yes, it's just year 2.
Okay, not trending in the right direction.
Last year, but they're 0-5 this year. Right, it's not a great start.
Yeah,
yeah. Look, dude, our man PJ Fleck. He just he knows his lane and he stays in it and he just wins games.
Let's talk about the Ole Miss game.
I'm thinking the way this team responded last week was very telling to me. On the road, could have panicked late when you go down, responds quickly. I mean, all 3 phases, right? Carnero was really good. Oscar Bird was good. You get the fumble on the punt return. Defense played its best game of the year. And then Trinidad just does Trinidad things. Keelan Lacey was damn good. Offensive line, man. we don't talk about it enough. Offensive line was really good again. What's the line? Is it still 13.5?
I think it's 12.
12.5.
I'm not locking it in, but I would lay the points. I think Ole Miss handles business at home. I think this is going to be like a homecoming parade type game for Ole Miss, where like you get through the Georgia Oklahoma stretch 1-1. That was what you needed to do, and now you come home and you get South Carolina, you get the Citadel sandwiched in there, but you get Florida, and then you just go down the road with Mississippi State. I think Kiffin's he's pushing all the right buttons, right? I mean, I think this team is clicking, and I think South Carolina is just teetering on quit watch. I think the defense will be able to contain Sellers, and yeah, I think it's going to be a big win, night game, kind of re-announce yourself as a legitimate college football playoff contender.
So South Carolina lost at home 31-7 to Vanderbilt, and they lost at home.
I forgot about that game.
They lost at home 23-7 to Oklahoma, or something like that. I'm going to lay the points and lock it in. I think this is a rout.
There he is. I feel the same way, man. And like, Sellers is dangerous. Like, don't get me wrong. Like,
no, he's a great player.
When he's on the field, you have to account for him. But he is a lot like Mateer, where like he is going to do some dumb shit every game. Like, he's going to not throw the ball away and take a bad sack, or he's going to hold the ball out there and get stripped, or make a terrible throw and get it picked. I don't know. Like, he's just. And man, last week, dude, you had Alabama beat. It was a wrap, and then you blow it. Like, that's going to be so hard to come back from, and you got to go on the road. Mentally, that's got to fuck with you.
I don't think that the talent differential between the teams is that significant, but I'm a believer in schedule spots, which this is the third game of 3 hard games in a row. Mm-hmm. However, you get to come back home after a really big win, and Ole Miss. This is the first time under Kiffin. We've been 7-8-1 before, but we've never been 7-8-1 and not had a monster looming. Whether that be Georgia at Georgia, Alabama at home, that sort of thing. I'm a firm believer in teams that still have everything in front of them versus teams that don't have their goals in front of them anymore, having a different level of focus and intensity. I think Ole Miss is going to have that, is going to be the team who has that this week. One of two things will happen. Ole Miss is going to get hot in the first quarter and jump up 10-14. Of course, we get a 2-score lead in just about every game, so it's not like the difference is we're not going to be facing a team who still has that, like, they need that extra gear to try to win. I mean, there's really nothing left for South Carolina to play for other than pride and NIL money. So I think this is looking at.
I'm locking in Ole Miss.
Yeah, 34-17 Ole Miss, 37-17 Ole Miss.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
I don't know what the total is, but I bet it's in the low 50s. Am I right? I haven't even looked.
54.5, I think.
54.5. There you go. 37-17 is right at 54. That's my 51 or 54. Yeah, that's where I am.
And this is a perfect spot for Lane Kiffin to like. He does all the stuff about I need the crowd to be there. I need you guys to be loud. Like, he does all that, and like, I don't know. I know we pick at him about it a lot.
I think the vault's going to be an Instapot, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be pressure cooker. Like,
yeah. No, I mean, I think he just like he wants like. I think him doing that is him. I think he might be telling us something like, hey, I'm here. I'm your coach. I'm staying. Like, we need it to be loud. We need this atmosphere every home game. Like, he likes coaching in those atmospheres. Like, Nick, we talk about it all the time, you know, road rebs going to a game. Like, it's always fun to walk into someone's trap and take over their trap. Like,
Which, by the way, Ole Miss fans were loud Saturday at OU.
Oh, yeah.
You could hear the Ole Miss crowd very well on TV. Yeah.
So I've got a relative who's on the sideline, and he said, like, it looked like the Ole Miss section was, you know, normal full or whatever, but because of, I think we were like Navy maybe or something, you really couldn't see like throughout the rest of the stadium. And Oklahoma had a great crowd, and, you know, they brought a lot of fans. He was like, but at the end, when we started playing like the song and he was like, dude, it was like there were fans all in the stadium from Ole Miss, like all sprinkled throughout. He was like, oh my gosh, we brought a ton of people here. Nick could probably say that. I don't know if that's true or not, but he was like, that got really loud.
That's a good, just for the record, that's a really good trip to make, right? You can stay in Oklahoma City, 25 minutes from Norman. So it's not, you're not in the town and stuff, but it's like super easy. It's all I-40. That's a good trip. The fans could have been better. Stadium's really cool. I don't know. I really enjoyed Oklahoma. Obviously, you know, the game helped. When we were down 26-25, I didn't think I was going to enjoy it so much.
Nick, I meant to ask you, you can still probably do it for us. I wanted you to document. I wanted you to take pictures. I totally dropped the ball and forgot to ask you to film it or get some like selfies. Which of the Heisman statues was the best one?
I didn't see the Heisman statue.
You didn't go see him? God, they have one for each Heisman.
They've got what, like 5, 6?
What, Billy Sims, Sam Bradford, Baker Mayfield.
Did Hurts win?
Kyler Murray.
It hurts, right?
Hurts didn't win, right?
No. Did he not? Okay.
Hold on.
I don't know.
It was the Jason that beat Eli.
Jason fucking White.
Yeah.
Jason White. Yeah.
We were never going to get Billy Vessels or Steve Owens, but
those guys weren't even the best player in Oklahoma history. That was Marcus Dupree.
Yeah, I totally dropped the ball. I wanted you to go get pictures of them because they do a statue for each one. Which that's pretty fucking cool.
No, they got.
If you got that
lots
many
of tradition, they've made a very good history of beating up on Kansas.
I was gonna say, you beat up on Iowa State every year in, year out. You can rack up some numbers.
We said it before they came to the league. They were like they were going to have the biggest reality check of any program that's come so far, because Missouri's always kind of been Missouri, even though they're good now. But like Texas was going to be able to handle it, and just from a money perspective, and A&M also. But Oklahoma, get ready to learn Ole Miss, buddy.
Permanent opponent. It's gonna be fun.
I mean, they can't figure us out, right? 3-0.
Yeah.
Well, and Nick was saying it, and I heard lots of other people say it, that everybody there was great. Like I said, people are nice.
They're good fans. They don't, knowledgeable about the game too. I mean, when you've spent your whole life winning every game, it's pretty. There's not a lot of they don't have to have much animus against anyone.
Yeah, I sent a picture to the group text there. They got a pretty dope photo of like 4 of the statues all together. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that's
just on the other end, I guess, from where you can just see how short Kyler is in that one picture. It's on the other end, I guess, from where we came in at, but still, that's pretty cool.
I love how all of them, the modern day statues, are like actual, like, Baker's like running with like the Heisman pose. Kyler's throwing a football. Billy Sims is like kind of doing a cool like cut run, and then like Billy Vessels has got a leather helmet and he's just like falling forward like.
Baker's doing the Dougie. Kyler's like playing Xbox.
Yeah, I forgot that. Look, if Ole Miss ever gets a Heisman Trophy winner, that person is going to get a statue.
It's Winnidad Chambliss, dude.
Winnidad. I'm with y'all. I think this is going to be a big like this is going to be a like marketing campaign game for Ole Miss and the resume for the college football playoff.
We say all this, and this is just me being that guy.
Yeah. Y'all are much more optimistic than I think we're going to win the game. But like, we have no reason for style points. We just were on we just played a tough game on the road. It's a good team, a really good defense. Getting margin here might be difficult, especially with South Carolina's style. They don't exactly play with much pace. They're going to be content to grind it out. I can see them hanging around and it coming down to something funky at the end, like whether or not Lane decides to kick the field goal or go for it with 4 minutes left or something. Like I can see it 28-17. And do we kick the field goal to go up 31-17? I don't know. I think the number's pretty sharp. It's just so difficult to get margin now with the clock rules, with the way the game is played, even for a team like us with tempo. It's just hard. It's hard to really run away and hide from anybody.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you told me that it was 28-17 and there's a first down that Ole Miss needs to get, but Trinidad hits Trey Wallace on a slant and he breaks a tackle and runs it in 35-17 dub. So I don't think South Carolina is going to win by any stretch. I don't think it's going to be close at the end, but sure. I think the first 8 minutes of the first quarter and the first 8 minutes of the third quarter are going to be huge. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's just, no shit football stuff. But yeah, like I think Ole Miss get fast start, get the crowd into it, and then come out second half and continue it. I think Beamer's got 1.5 foot out the door. I feel like he's going to go back. I feel like he's going to go back. You want to talk about somebody that wants a reset?
Yep, get a fresh start.
Real quick, I was looking at the chat. Appreciate Brandon Clark. Good to have some Florida fans join the show.
Bro's on an Ole Miss podcast at 10 till 11.
we love it, man.
Yeah.
10 till midnight.
JordanGetHelp.gif.
Better help. Speaking of Florida, we hadn't talked about it yet. Let's get to the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. Number 5, Georgia.
Oh, I know what I'm doing now. Georgia smashes. Lock up Georgia laying 7. Take alt lines. Georgia minus 14 if you can find it. Plus 200.
Yeah, I think you have to have a mobile quarterback. I kind of think you have to have a mobile quarterback just for anyone, but Lagway's lack of mobility is going to hurt him. I think Georgia's going to get after him.
This line stinks. I don't get it. I think Georgia wins like 38-7. I don't know what we're doing here. This is not a realistic spread.
You locking it in, Austin?
Yeah, I'm locking it in too.
Yeah, I'm locking it in.
What's the total?
We're locking it in just for you, Brandon.
Exactly.
What's the total?
The total is 50.5.
I'm going to lock in the under.
Okay. So we get a flat 7. Is that okay with you, Nick?
Yes, I think that's the true line. Look, unless Georgia wants to win 52-3, which they could, because Florida's trash and they're always going to be trash, and they don't have a president. Their AD's not even calling the shots now, and they're going to have to hire Eli Drinkwitz. So, what happened to them? What happened to them is they went from thinking they were the best job available to now they're possibly the third best job available in college football. And, Get in line, buddy.
As Zach said, wouldn't be a bad hire. Drinkwitz.
No,
honestly, they'd be punching above their weight class to hire him at this point. Imagine hiring your last few coaches being Jim McElwain, Will Muschamp, Dan Mullen, and suddenly you're like, oh man, where's Steve Spurrier? It's like, dude, Steve Spurrier is older than my granddad.
Yeah.
And I'm middle-aged. Like,
yeah. It's apostrophe R-E, Brandon. But we do appreciate you coming and hanging out.
Danny Werfel's 50 years old.
Yeah. Danny Werfel's got a nice little sports bar down there. I'll give him that.
Oh, and look, I'm being funny, but
I'm being serious. It's a very
it is. I'm being funny on the other stuff, but they can't beat Georgia this year. They can't cover that line. That doesn't even make sense to me.
I mean, if we're gonna
Florida should have lost at home to Mississippi State. They got beat by South Florida. Why are they 7 points of Georgia?
Hashtag rivalry game. I don't understand it
either.
Georgia's
flawed. Like I get that Georgia is flawed, but
it's not a regular Georgia.
They have a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is Florida's interim? Billy Gonzalez, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Billy Gonzalez.
Exactly.
Yeah.
John L. Smith.
Brandon's making some good points in the chat. He says, when Ole Miss makes it to the championship 10 times in 20 years, we will talk. It's true. Last time Florida was in a national championship game, half the team were murderers, but, it's all right.
Is he talking about the SEC championship when they beat South Carolina to make it there?
We're all having fun here. Hey, Florida did make an SEC championship game with Jim McElwain.
They did. That's how bad the East was. They sucked and still made the SEC championship.
Dan Mullen was great there.
He was. And then they still fired him because they don't have realistic expectations for what they are. They're the third best football program in their own state.
Get them.
They are.
Yeah, I'm laying the points here too.
Even with Spurrier, they were still not as good as Florida State. And they've never been as good as Miami. But, when people talk about greatest college football teams ever, do they ever talk about Florida or do they talk about 2001 Miami?
I mean, that
team was so good.
Far and away the best team of all time.
But at least Gainesville doesn't have a beach. It's also in a great part of the state. And the swamp is dumpy. It's big, but it's dumpy. That's not even me talking trash to Brandon.
No,
it is dumpy.
No, it is. Concourse is very Vaught Hemingway-esque.
I'm acting like Kiffin did about what's his name's comments now. But you come in here and start running mouth, you better get ready.
I will say the Top is a very nice restaurant. I do enjoy going to dinner there. Yeah, Danny Werfel's got a good sports bar, but
they do have a good jersey. That's one thing they do have. They've got good uniforms.
They do. The orange and blue works. And I'm glad they finally got an indoor. And
30 years behind there.
The new baseball stadium is very nice. But
nobody goes. Who would know?
None of that's going to matter on Saturday because.
And didn't their basketball coach hit on anyway?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I didn't even finish the comment. I didn't even finish it.
Barring Jaden Ball going absolutely bonkers here, I don't know if this one can be close.
Yeah, I think Georgia rolls.
Okay. Nick, are we good with a flat 7? He's on mute. There we go.
Now it's
I was on mute because I touched the keyboard, right? You guys can hear it from a mile away. 7's good.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to my favorite line of the week.
Yes, please.
The Mississippi State Bulldogs are catching 4.5 on the road at Arkansas. This is crazy. State wins outright. Give me State plus 4.5.
I want that and State money line.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought State was a live dog 2 weeks in a row. I think it's a bad matchup, right? They can't stop the run, and that's what Green's good at.
Are they even running him anymore? Is he still healthy? And he looked bad a week or two
I say
ago.
that. He's going to move in the pocket, right? I think that Arkansas wants an SEC win too, and they're at home.
The difference is one of these teams plays close games and blows it at the end. The other gets fucking shit kicked every week. The team that plays close is the one wearing maroon. Like they've battled against Florida. They battled against Texas. They battled against A&M.
Has got to work.
What's the best unit on the field, though?
I don't know. Maybe hell. Maybe.
I think it's pretty clearly Arkansas's offense, right?
I don't know. They didn't look great last week against Arkansas. I mean, against Auburn.
Speaking of portal numbers that you need to memorize, which I don't even know. How old is he? Hold on, efforting. Just for name alone, but also he's pretty fucking good. God, he's a senior. Omega Blake.
Yeah, he's good.
Dude is damn good.
By the record, per FEI, State's 35th and 36th offense defense, which is pretty similar. Obviously,
Arkansas 13 FEI.
FEI.
Oh God, I was like, are you pulling football power index?
No, FEI. Arkansas offense 13, defense 90. I see it there. Yeah, but the offense 13. They're at home. These guys get paid money too. They're almost on the other. Almost on the other side here.
28,000 fans at Arkansas.
Is it gonna just rain every Arkansas home game?
I hope.
Brandon, what do you think? Mississippi State or Arkansas?
Our number one fan.
Does anybody own a time more than State at 3 o'clock on SEC Network?
Dude, it is theirs. Like
it's appointment television.
It's that antique store run snooze fest game.
Oh man. Then they get off of it next week. It's 11 o'clock.
Hey man,
Mississippi State Antique Roadshow at 3 o'clock.
They got it on the TV at Kohl's. Like it's. Hey, Brandon's on our side, Nick. He says Arkansas. I like Arkansas on the spot.
All right, look. Let's say Arkansas wins. 4.5, still some points here. Like that's margin. I don't think they haven't got margin against anybody this year.
This is a weird. Okay, so talking about both of these teams, I think both of these teams have still played hard.
Yeah, State definitely has.
Week in, week out. Like
A&M, Florida, Texas, State's still battling. Yeah.
When both of them could just fucking quit because they're not winning anything. But
do you think that there's any concern, Austin, of they're battling so hard, they're beating the crap out of Texas in the fourth quarter, and they collapse? Do you think there's any loss of faith? I guess. I mean, the fans are feeling it, obviously, but it's different with the players.
I think
how many games in a row can you have your heart ripped out?
I think against a team with a pulse that wasn't also in the same situation, I would strongly consider that point. But I think Arkansas is in the same boat. Like Arkansas is up at the half last week, right? Or is close at half, and then suddenly, Auburn takes over second half. Taylor Green kind of falls apart. How many heartbreaking losses has Arkansas had this year? One against us, one against Memphis the following week. They get destroyed against Notre Dame. I just don't think these teams. What's the number on the neutral with State and Arkansas?
This is not a fun exercise.
Pick 'em.
Exactly. It's got to be pick, right? How can Arkansas be favored against anybody on neutral? This implies it's much more than that, and I don't think so. I think the difference between these two teams is just who throws the absolute back-breaking interception at the end of the game. So give me the 4.5 points.
Yeah. Agree. I won't State money line too, though. I think they went outright.
All right, my second favorite number of the week in the ACC, Wake Forest against Florida State.
Please.
Give me the 10. How is Florida State laying 10? I don't understand. Wake Forest defense is actually kind of good.
They've lost one game all year by 10 points, and it was to a good team. I just had it pulled up a second ago. Yeah. I mean, I have no clue. They lost one game points to NC State, okay? They lost to Georgia Tech by 1 point, and they're unbeaten otherwise.
Have a pretty nasty defense and really well coached. Florida State loses to Stanford, and their players are joking in the locker room after the game 2 weeks ago. they're not getting off the mat. They may win, but 10 is asking a lot from a team that's just a dead team walking.
A gun to my head 4 hours ago before I looked at the lines, if you'd said, hey, what's the spread here? I'd have said like, FSU -3.
Yeah.
Like you're telling me if Florida State would still be favored at Wake Forest by more than a field goal, there's no way. Who do they think they are?
They lost by a point. They lost by a point to Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Lost by a point to Georgia Tech. And then they beaten SMU. They whipped Oregon State, who's bad. Okay, I get that. But they won at Virginia Tech. Again, no other losses other than NC State and Georgia Tech. And Florida State's reeling, right? 5 losses in a row.
Let me tell y'all something. If Wake were to somehow win this game, Norvell's cooked.
Yeah, it's over. It may be over.
Fried.
Anyway,
somebody on a national podcast is gonna call in
Kiffin
sick.
to Florida State loading.
Yeah.
He can't coach everybody.
You locked in Mississippi State plus 4.5, Austin?
I did.
Okay. Was there anything else in that game or just that?
Just that.
Okay.
So Florida State and Wake and
I will Wake as well.
I'm taking those points, and I'm also going to get Wake money line plus 295.
And I'm going to take one hold your nose total. What was that, Ben?
Wake money line kind of feels right, doesn't it?
Yeah. I want to go over 45 in Kentucky and Auburn. I know Auburn's been offensively challenged and their defense is pretty good, but Kentucky kind of woke up a little bit last week against Tennessee. They kind of got a little track meet.
I'm not saying it's going to go. Pick we've had all season.
Over 45. Yeah, 45 in this game. These two teams can get loose, man. Think about the turnovers, the potential for turnovers here. It could get funky. Like, can Kentucky not get me 17 points?
I don't think they can.
I think they can. Well, they put up like 30 last week against Tennessee. It's Auburn.
That was because Tennessee was outrunning, right? They were just, They were lapping them, and they were just trying to catch up. I see what you're saying, though.
This is basically a service academy game. I mean, in my opinion,
this might be the most gross 6:30 game of all time.
How many possessions are these teams going to have in the first half? Like, are they going to have enough possessions to get over 45?
I think so. Look, Kentucky put up 34 last week against Tennessee. I need half that, and this goes over.
Wait, what's Arkansas? And I had Freeman pulled up a second ago. I mean, what's Auburn here? Auburn is, well, I gotta find Auburn. Auburn is 8th in defense and 53rd in offense. You think this game's going over? And Kentucky's 34th in.
Dude, Hugh Freeze needs to hang a number here too. Like that's the other side of the equation. I think we're focusing on whether Kentucky can score against Auburn. Auburn is going to score against Kentucky. I think Kentucky's defense is the cure for an anemic offense. I think Auburn can get into the high 30s by themselves.
I think you're okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess Georgia did score 35 on them, and South Carolina also scored 35 on them. Maybe I'm just blinded by the Texas game. Actually, now I was thinking you were blinded by the Tennessee game. I think I'm blinded by the Texas game.
Texas' offense is fucking terrible. I mean, I don't know. I think Auburn's offense is better than Texas.
What's the line?
There's no question.
What's the spread?
10 or 10.5.
I want the points. I want 10.5 with Kentucky locked that in.
And that's interesting. Okay. I don't hate it. Speaking of something that I also don't hate, I'm laying the 3.5 with Wazoo against Oregon State.
Wazoo's good, man.
Wazoo's good.
Weird lines.
This line is just terrible. Oregon State's awful.
Dude, this is like, what is Vegas doing? Like, are we like this? This isn't your granddad's Reser Stadium. Like, Oregon State is fucking terrible.
One on this as well. But Wazoo last week -1 was disrespectful. The only reason I didn't take it was because I didn't want all 4 of us to take it, and I just was like, "What if we're all 4 wrong on this one?" That line was disrespectful last week. It was disrespectful against Virginia when they were like 17-point underdogs.
Yeah.
After what they did against us, they're not going to give up. That game against North Texas is clearly an aberration, like Florida State, Alabama is.
I know we sleptwalk, but y'all, they're not that much worse than Oklahoma, in my opinion. Washington State, like, they were closer to beating us than Oklahoma was.
Could Washington State beat Florida?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, they did 2 weeks in a row cross country against P4 teams. I don't know why we think that it's not legit, you know.
They would beat Arkansas.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
agree.
They control tempo and pace, man. They know what they're doing. Like, they have a lane and they stay in it. They're really well coached. I didn't know that the dude came from South Dakota State. Like, he's legit. Their head coach.
Yeah.
Yep. Agree.
I saw that line and I was like, what am I missing here? Why is Oregon State's so bad? Is anyone going to touch our favorite Big 12 team at home against Texas Tech? Is this the Avery Johnson coming out party? 10 weeks into the season.
I kind of like that money line.
They've been playing better.
They have.
They played better last week.
And I guess Texas Tech is going back to Morton at quarterback.
Well, because the other kid's out for the year.
Yeah. So, you know, sometimes
is it Morton that's out for the year?
No, it's the other kid's the backup.
Okay.
But that kid had been playing pretty well.
Yeah,
and now you go back to Morton. Sometimes that can blow up in your face. You know, I mean, I know he's the starter and he had played well coming into the season or coming into the last game or last 2 games, I guess he had missed. But he's coming off the bench. He's going to be a little rusty. I don't know, man. That could be tricky, man. Let me give me K-State on the money line.
I'm taking the points because look, K-State is a bomb field goal away from 4 straight wins.
Yeah.
Yep.
You lose at Baylor at the buzzer, but then you whip TCU. You embarrass Kansas in the Sunflower Showdown. I mean, Avery Johnson, we made all the jokes about him. He's got a 15-2 touchdown interception ratio now. What's our guy doing? The guy that transferred from Colorado. Has he been playing at all? Dylan Edwards?
I don't know. He sat out a lot early in the year. There was some speculation that he was kind of, if not faking an injury, was certainly taking his time on getting back to the field. I don't know if he's
could get in the portal. He hasn't played since Baylor.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he had that fumble in the opener against Iowa State, and then he ran for 166 against UCF back in September. But he hasn't played. But I'm going to take the points here. I think this is a good spot. Texas Tech is kind of teetering a little bit here. A couple weeks ago, people were saying that they might go undefeated and just run the whole damn table. This is a tricky spot in Manhattan. And I can get 7.5. Is that all right with you, Nick?
Yeah, that's good with me.
I'm just checking. I'm not being ugly. Did you locking it in too, Austin?
I want the money line. Yeah. And the last money line for me is Cal against UVA. UVA going cross country. These scheduling spots have been weird, both in the Big Ten and in the ACC. The teams traveling often underperform or at least sluggish out of the gate. UVA is also maybe the most fraudulent team in the country, maybe second to BYU in that regard. They have been skirting by these games, the skin of their teeth. I mean, they're beating teams like UNC. Incredibly lucky to beat Louisville about a month ago. I just think Cal can hang here. 164 feels like good value on 2 teams that I think are basically the same team.
Yeah. The cross country, man, that's just killing. It's killing these teams. Yeah. But hey, it's their own damn fault. Anybody got anything else?
By the way, go ahead.
Ben, do you have anything else?
No, none here.
And Nick, you have 2 locks. Is that right?
Yeah, no, that is right. I'm trying to keep it low. in terms of just how bad I've been. Right, I'm just trying to minimize losses here. I'm gonna take. Let's see. Anybody else has any
UNLV
other ones
laying 3.5. Is New Mexico good?
Mexico's okay. They get X down there,
Egg is
right?
good. Wisconsin needs to hire Egg.
Yeah, they're spunky.
Apparently, Wisconsin's keeping Fickle, and they're going to invest heavily in NIL. That's the word.
You can't.
I didn't say it was the right move.
Right? No, I know. I'm just saying, like, I mean, short of just throwing like 70 million at the problem and just having the best player at every position.
Yeah,
you can't fix culture there. It's just not working.
I got one for y'all. I got a lock. I'm sorry, I'm not done. Under in the Army Air Force, it's 49.5. That's just too much for Service Academy game. I get that they're not quite what they used to be, but
bad.
It's a big number.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay
Academy games are usually like 38. This is 49.5.
I'm gonna lay the 3.5 with UNLV. Our good buddy Brandon would like to hear this. I think we're in resume building territory with Dan Mullen.
Yeah,
he's gonna try to get out of Vegas.
UNLV team total, whatever it is, implied is what, like 31, 33, something like that. Over.
Dan Mullen's going to be the next head coach at Oklahoma State.
Oh, God.
I mean, good for them if they do it.
I mean, yeah, but why would? I'd just stay in Vegas.
Yeah,
maybe he gets to South Carolina.
Stillwater's the Vegas of Oklahoma.
Penn State needs to hire him.
You fired James Franklin to hire Dan Mullen.
Yeah,
get back to his roots.
Yeah,
I feel like they already have Matt Rule hired. They're just not set it yet.
Speaking of,
all right, go ahead.
Southern Cal in Lincoln.
What's that line?
Laying only 6.
Yeah, it's a big
Lincoln
number,
Riley gearing up to go to Florida.
Well, that and Matt Rule's out of he's about to possibly leave. I mean,
weird travel spot. USC does not do well going west to east. None of these teams do. None of them do well in these funky travel spots.
But I'm thinking this is Mayava versus, Dollar General at Mahomes.
Yeah.
Give me the quarterback.
Speaking of west to east, Pitt goes to Stanford, and Stanford is not great. They're 3-5. I understand that, but they are. All of their wins are at home, right? All of their losses are on the road, except for I guess one. This is a pretty decent team at home. Pitt's traveling across the country. Let's see. They did lose 2 games early in the season, but since then they're 3-0 since the first 2 games. I'm gonna rephrase that. They're 0-5 on the road. They're 3-0 at home. They're getting Pittsburgh at home, and they're getting 15.5 points or 14.5 points. It's still over 2 touchdowns. I don't think Pitt is that great. It's a long travel way to get to Stanford, and I think there's a reason that Stanford is 3-0 at home because it's tougher to go, west to east or east to west.
In front of 6,500 people.
Plus 14. Yeah, I mean, I truly think that of course, Pitt, if anybody's accustomed to it, it's Pitt, right?
Yep. I mean, what is Stanford average at home games? It can't be 20,000, can it?
I mean,
the place doesn't seat but like 40, and I've never seen it half full.
Barring like some kind of protest because the Whole Foods on campus doesn't have the short ribs anymore.
Y'all know who would be a good coach for Florida? Gus Malzahn.
Yeah.
Do it.
Manny Diaz.
Just bring Urban
with the area.
Just bring Urban back.
They won't make a hire that good.
All right, dude. I'm starting to see a lot of games that I'm really liking.
Last one here for me. Old Dominion -17 at ULM. I just think that it is a total difference in class. Old Dominion got whipped a couple weeks ago by JMU.
By the way, don't look now, but JMU is whipping ass again this year.
Dude, they beat the brakes off of Texas State last night. Beat the brakes off of them.
52-20.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
in San Marcos. Yeah, go ahead and give me ODU minus 17. Again, it's too much class for ULM.
I'm laying. Let's go. All right. I'm just gonna empty the clip here. I'm laying 6 with Southern Cal, and I'm gonna take money line NC State hosting Georgia Tech. Why is this money line only plus 180?
Because they very well may win.
Bingo. Georgia Tech might be. Do we think they're probably the most fraudulent undefeated team?
They're one of them. Yeah, they're one of them.
I like them. I like.
Why you still unbeaten?
They may lose their coach too.
Yeah, Key is good. I like Haynes King. He's fun to watch. Buster Faulkner's a good OC.
Man, Haynes King's got to be 100 years old.
That guy, he came in with Menzel. With Menzel, and then he was in the next. As soon as Menzel left, it was Haynes King.
It's like him and Zach Calzada. They just they don't retire. It's get a job, bro.
His body is 100 years old. He gets beat to hell every game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does, man.
There was another one on here that I saw, and I was like, I'm laying those points.
I feel like Haynes King played against Matt Corral.
He's got a
fucking
NIL deal with Metamucil.
Where was that fucking? Oh,
like a 4-year-old, 6-year-old kid. He's like
Haynes King's only in college still because he needs NIL to pay for daycare.
Him and Diego Pavia. I mean, they can graduate college and get AARP.
Miami's laying 12.5 against SMU. What do we think?
That's a stay away from me. SMU just dropped that game to Wake, or whoever it was, but they're sneaky. The obvious play is to lay them with Miami. I think that, like Nick just said, with ODU and ULM is different class of player. I think that's probably true here also, but it's in Dallas, isn't it?
It is.
I'd be afraid of a late touchdown cover. SMU,
I almost took them because this SMU team is not last year's SMU team, right?
They're not, but who did they beat badly earlier in the year that burned me? Let me look.
SMU?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, who was it?
But they are 5-3. This,
Yeah. They killed Syracuse, Baylor, or no, they lost to Baylor.
It may have been the game at Clemson.
35-24.
Yeah, on the road.
Yeah, I'm going to replace that one with I'm going to lay 12.5 with Illinois against Rutgers. Rutgers is so bad. And I don't know, give me Luke Altmaier. Still playing hard. That is a sleepy 11 a.m. NBC game. But it's at home. It's in Champaign. I say Rutgers is terrible. They're 4-4. Not that bad. But, yeah, I've got a full board over here. Nick, you sticking with those 4?
Yeah, those 4. I'm not gonna. I did take Memphis money line last week. I don't see anything on the money line that I really like. I really don't. And again, I'm trying to limit the damage here. Right, 17-29 is pretty bad. Pretty bad.
I mean, it happens. Yeah, I got enough picks for everybody this week. All right. Anything else? Is I think Ben and Austin stepped away. Well, Austin stepped away. All right. Let's go ahead and wrap it up as we've got Ole Miss, South Carolina, 6 o'clock, ESPN. Is it ESPN or ABC on ESPN? Which one is it?
ESPN, yeah, regular.
Okay. Yep. Big start to a 3-game homestand, and Ole Miss tries to continue to march towards 11-1 in a college football playoff berth. Appreciate everybody in the chat. place was jumping during the show. We had quite a bit of people in here, and big shout out to our man Brandon. It's Thursday where Brandon is, I think, but yeah, appreciate him coming in, having some fun. Everybody else that joined in, appreciate you, whether it was here on whether it was YouTube, Twitter, whatever. We appreciate everybody joining us each and every week. It's been fun getting back into it and doing the live shows. It's been a lot of fun. So for Nick, for Ben, for Austin, the Legal Gambling Council, I'm Zach. This has been Hit That Line. Appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next week. We out.